Hello everyone, it's story time again, and I have another Grimm's fairy tale for you. This is Jeff. Hi. This story, I think, is very, very good. This is called The Shepherd Boy. Once upon a time, there was a shepherd boy whose name spread across the land because of his very wise answers to many questions. They were very interested in him. His name spread far and wide all over because he was very wise. And one day, the king heard of him. He heard of the shepherd boy. And he heard that the shepherd boy was wise, but he did not believe how wise the shepherd boy was. So, he called the shepherd boy to him. He sent for him. Okay. He sent for him. He said, "Bring the shepherd boy to me." So he sent for him. And the shepherd boy came. So he said, "If you can answer 3 of my questions, I will look after you. I will take you in as my own son. If you are as wise as they say, I will take you as my own son." So, the shepherd boy thought, okay, so what are they? What are your questions? What are they? And the king again said, "If you answer my 3 questions, I will look after you as my own son, and you will dwell in the royal palace. So think carefully." So the shepherd boy said, "Okay, I am ready." The king said, "First question, how many drops of water are there in the ocean?" The shepherd boy, how many drops of water are there in the ocean? So he said, "My king, if you were to dam up all the rivers," dam means put a wall, river. "If you were to dam up all the rivers so that they do not enter the sea, and you would let me count, then I could tell you how many drops of water there are in the ocean. If you were to dam up all the rivers in the world." So the king did not answer yet. He said, "Second question, I want you to count how many stars there are in the sky." The shepherd boy thought, "My king, give me a great sheet of paper, and I will show you." So the shepherd boy was given a great sheet of paper, and with a fine point pencil, he put dots, many, 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 many dots, all over the paper. So many dots that when you looked at the paper, it would hurt your eyes. There were too many to count. Too many dots. And so he said, "This is how many stars there are in the sky." He said, "There are as many stars in the sky as there are points on this white sheet." And the king, looking at the sheet, nobody could count the stars. So the king, "Okay, third question. I want you to tell me, what is 1 second of time in eternity?" What is 1 second of time in eternity? And so the boy said, "My king, I think you know there is a mountain called the Polemia Mountain and it reaches 2.5 miles across, 2.5 miles in depth, 2.5 miles in height. And every 100 years, all of the mountain is surrounded by diamonds. And every 100 years, a small bird comes and sharpens his beak, bird's beak. The bird sharpens his beak on the diamond wall. So, if you were to count how many seconds there are in eternity, the Polemia Mountain and the 100 years it takes for one bird to come and sharpen his beak would not match 1 second of eternity. So the king now, very surprised, and the king made his decision. He said, this boy, the shepherd boy, you speak like a wise man. And then, henceforth, meaning from now on, henceforth, I will regard you as my son, because you are so wise. And that's the end of the story. See you next time. The shepherd boy, smart kid. Bye-bye.